KatesAg. Today we are preparing the combines. We haven't started yet. What's going on, Trevor?
What's going on?
Have you learned all the spots to grease the combine?
All the little zerks and stuff. I mean, I haven't memorized where they are, but there's a lot of them.
Yes, there are a lot.
But I know where most of them are. Yeah, it's pretty easy. You just put them in.
Yep,
It's not easy.
that's kind of dirty.
Good shot.
What's going on, Dad?
Morning things, Kate.
Say hi, Darcy.
Ready for another exciting day.
Yes, I am too. Didn't start without ether. I'm trying to start my combine right now. So I've got it, I think it started there. Yep, good to go. I don't know where my dad's headed now. My dad left his combine here, so. Oh, my door's open. No, my door is open. I could have held that for you. Does it latch back there too?
Magnetic.
Okay. Oh, did I bend that? Not all of my doors were shut, and it's lucky I didn't go anywhere because I only saw this one in the mirror, but there was a whole other door that wasn't shut either on the other side, and a piece that was off. So my dad's getting that now. My dad's now climbing the wheel. Did I bend that? Because I moved forward and backed up. So this is a harvest morning routine.
What?
This is a harvest morning routine.
Yeah.
So now we'll do one last walk around. Make sure it's all good. All right, now we are going to go, and I'm going to hit rabbit speed now and start cruising. My dad thinks it will take us about an hour to finish this field. So now I'm taking the slow drive over to the part of the field we're on. Gonna turn my AC back on. I never shut it off, but I changed the temperature because it gets a bit cooler at night. I think this row is an up row. I'm not totally sure though. Yes, it does look like, yeah, it does look like it. I don't even know if this field will even take us an hour. We don't have that much left. Trevor's taking the row beside me, and then my dad will take not the next row, but the row over, because there's a down row in between, just like there was a down row in between these two rows as well, but that one's already been picked up. We have just finished this field, and we are about ready to road to the next one. My dad is directing our grain cart driver on how to unload the truck properly. And then Trevor's sitting in the combine next to me, and we'll be on the road soon.
You're going to straight up the highway or up the north road? I think we'll just go to the highway and down quicker.
Hazards
You want to
on.
flag ahead, Dad? Now we're going to the schoolhouse and I'll flag behind. What did you say, Chris? You want to flag ahead of the combines going to the schoolhouse and I'll flag behind? If they go all the way to the schoolhouse now? Head for the schoolhouse. We're going to go straight to the highway and down.
I might have to get a run at this approach here. Okay, I did make it, so that's a good thing. Now we are going on to the highway. We have my grandpa flagging us in front and my Uncle Chris flagging us in back. I'm really catching up to my dad here quite fast, so he's either not going full speed or his combine goes a bit slower. We're just making it to the schoolhouse now, where we will be parking the combines. Actually, just pull up and face headed west this direction. I think that'll be easiest.
Take that little tail thing up there, Kate. I love, you know what I mean?
I'm just finishing the last little pass of this field we started after lunch. It didn't take us very long to finish it. Done a couple unloads on the go, which has been fun. Sorry, that was confusing. All right, now just stop and I'll come up to you. Thank you. So now I'm going to unload my tank in the grain cart, and we'll be roading to the next field very soon. It's been pretty fun combining and finishing a field It's been very satisfying to combine and finish a field in only a few hours. Now I'm roading back to this end while my dad finishes this pass and on to the next. Our grain cart driver just radioed and said that his auger isn't working.
In the tractor there for the shear bolts. I put a little baggie full of them in there, but we need a couple wrenches to do it. Like the wrenches are in there, Mark. The wrenches are in there.
The auger has something called shear bolts on it, and if they break, the auger won't run, so that could have been what's happened. Gonna pull up to see what I can see here. My dad's getting out of his combine to go help. See if I can be of any help. My dad just radioed, reminding me that this is the field I lost my wheel in, and if you haven't seen my video where I talk about my dad selling my 9610 combine, my favorite combine ever, you'll have to check it out, and there I explain how my wheel, the whole entire thing, all that was left on the combine was the spindle, fell off, and I kept driving and didn't even notice. It was crazy. That was my last day of my first harvest, actually. No breakdowns until then. So I was thinking, wow, this coulee really looks familiar, and turns out it was that same one. So that's pretty crazy. And then the field to the right of me is the field that I plugged my header completely with dirt on. So if you look at last year's video of my last day of harvest, you'll be able to see that one. It was pretty crazy as well. We're getting some raindrops on the windows here, so I'm wondering if that will just pass over or we'll have to stop for the evening because it'll be too wet. I guess we'll have to see. The raindrops seem to be more frequent now, but the sky looks like it's clearing up to the south of us, but then right over top of us, at least this direction, which is east, looks pretty dark. But then if you look west, it looks like it's clearing up. It's very windy right now, so...
I think, Mark, it's pretty windy out.
It is very windy.
Yeah, it's like this frontal passage thing.
Do you want me to get this pass near the trucks headed down because there's not another row headed west?
Yeah, there's one row coming over and two going back. So there's two coming over and two coming back. But, yeah, we're going to stop right here in just a minute.
So do you want me to head north or no?
Yeah, we're going to go north here, Kate. I'm just staying out of this line because I can't see it very good right now. Well, there it is. So we'll just go all the way down, and then we'll work back towards, you're full right now, so you're going to be stopped here in a minute. Yeah, we'll just cut down to the road here and go over because supper's here, and I'm full anyway.
We're debating on whether to set dinner up in the field or at the shop because it's been sprinkling out, although it does look like the rain stopped, but it's still pretty windy. Right now my monitor is reading a 34 bushel per acre average. It's so windy that the chaff from the combine is blowing out and then in front. Gosh, that's crazy. My flag's probably blowing though right now. It does look fairly windy, so maybe we should have dinner at the shop. The coulee that my dad is just going through now is the exact coulee that I lost my wheel in. It does look like there's quite a bit of weather out, but it seems to be passing. So now we are parking the combines and then we're going to take pickups over to the shop for dinner.
We leave you enough room, Darcy? Was that Mark? We leave you enough room to get behind us?
Driver's combine just finished dumping and we're all going to be very soon headed to the shop for dinner.
The National Weather Service issued a severe thunderstorm warning north central Montana.
Just waving at Steve Wall. I'm driving to Darcy's truck to dump my load of grain. We're still chipping away at this same field. Trevor already loaded a little bit into Darcy, so he shouldn't need too much more in the front anyway. I'm a little bit far out, so I'm going to back up, see if I can line up a little bit better. Now I'll move and put some in the back. I pretty much loaded the front, so I've moved to finish loading him in the back. Now I'm going to road back to the front of the swaths. It works better just to unload in the trucks here because Dad, Trevor, and I are kind of all picking random swaths to take up and down. It's not as organized as the other fields we've been in, so then the grain cart driver would have a tough time. We're not a certain distance apart, and yeah, there's also big coulees in this field. Like for example, I'm just about to go through right now the coulee that I broke my wheel off in the first year. I still can't get over that. I'm back harvesting in the same field, but instead of straight cutting it, we're picking it up in swaths. So I won't be losing a wheel in this field this year. I shouldn't say that just yet though, because there is a slight possibility that I could lose a wheel. I mean, I did have quite a few tire problems that year, and even though it's swathed, you never know what could happen. It looks like this row is the right way, and this row is also the right way. So there's two that go up the right way. Idle down, and I'm going to get into this swath here. I kind of like how we're all on our own schedule. I'm kind of working the middle rows, which is probably super wrong. Trevor's here on the left side. Dad went all the way up to the north end of the field to pull some rows. Now he's back on the east side of we're on. I went over and got the little tiny rows on the cutout of this field. It's just a complete mess, basically. But that's kind of what I love about a harvest is it's a little bit different every day. I guess our grain cart will be doing some driving.
I'm almost done with this row, so I was just going to go over there or I'd like to dump in the truck, probably. That's okay, too.
All right, well, that sounds like a good plan.
Lucas, he's just driving over here.
I don't think our grain cart would make it in time for the end of the row that Trevor's on because he's almost finished with it. This isn't a super big field. I think it's just like 160 acres, so we should be done with that in no time. I think each combine should be able to cut like around 300 acres per day, because then we start late or we have a breakdown or something always happens. You never know. Trevor is looking pretty full. I was full as well when I just went and unloaded.
You definitely got a pile on, Trevor.
You made it though, I can't believe it. I didn't think you'd make it all the way through the pass.
This combine is literally overpowered. It's never overfilled.
Although that's a good quality for your combine, it's still not the best one.
Doubt it, I just did like 3 more rows of this thing.
Trevor and I are having a discussion on which is the better combine, and he thinks that his is better, and I think mine's better. But my true love is always the 9610, so Trevor might be experiencing an attachment to his first combine as well. Like my dad said, everybody has their favorite combine, and driving any other combine, whether it's newer, better, or more equipped in another way, it still will never beat your favorite combine.
You still got room for a lot more. Can you tell what way that road's going, Kate? Is it going up or down?
Yeah, it's a down row, so it's the wrong way for both of us. Now I've just finished the last down pass. Well, no, actually there's one more, but I have to road back and go and get it. Almost want to put it in third to road back to the south end of the field to come and get this pass, but it's probably not a good idea considering there's quite a few hills and things like that. Why not? I'll try it. But I might have to go really, really slow. And I don't know for sure we'll make it up that little hill in third either. My dad will probably be wondering why I'm going so fast in the field. It cuts a lot of time off though. Wow, I'm going 18 miles an hour in our field right now. 19, 20. Slow down a bit. Across the furrows. Come over here, there's a little dip. So that will bounce the header unless I slow down. Going up the hill now. Boy, was that fun. I'm glad I put it into third. Another harvest crew I see is going over here. I'm gonna take it out of third now. And I saw a red combine roading this way. So it is possible that that combine was headed over there. It could be the same combine operation that I saw last year, and they actually watched the videos, so that's very cool. I've got the very last row of this half of the field, which is kind of cool. I just finished my last pass for the day. We've completely done this side of the field and this little tiny middle section, and then now we just have the south end. My dad's pulling a pass right kind of under the power line right now, and I'm headed over to the trucks to unload. The coulee is pretty severe in this area, so I'm going to drive down the field a bit.
You and Trevor can go, we'll dump in the truck. I'm going to pull this one last row here on the right way.
Okay, thank you. On the way to the truck now. Now I'm opening my auger up right now. We have another gorgeous sunset tonight. This is Nate's truck. Darcy's was filled. So I think I might be the first to unload in it. We'll see. I don't see any grain sticking up from the top, so I could be. I think I am the first to unload. I'll let my auger empty out a little bit more now because we're stopping for this evening. So if we get rain or anything like that, I don't want any grain left in the tank. Looks good now. So I'll shut it off. Now I'll drive away. From trucks, you always drive away before you put the auger back. It's not an issue on these ones, but we do have a truck that has sleeping quarters in it, a bunker kind of. And what happens with that is you'll slam the auger into it. My auger does clear these red trucks, but even then, if the truck's on a weird hill or something, you never know. So now I'm just going to road back up to the truck. The last bushels per acre reading my combine has had is 39 average, which is actually really good because I find that my combine reads a little bit on the lower end of things. The funny thing is my monitor is set to barley, so I don't know how big of a difference that makes. And also my moisture reader is not working either. Trevor just passed me to go unload in the trucks, and then my dad's still working on that piece. We're stopping a little bit earlier tonight. It's about 8:40, so I'll get out and show you the sunset. I'll idle my combine down, drop the header, steering wheel up. Once again, another beautiful Montana sunset. I can't get over it. It's just spectacular. Oh my goodness. This is everyday Montana harvest sunset. Now I'm going to shut my combine down because it's probably cooled off enough. You just shut that thing right down. Say hello to the video. So Trevor, another day of harvest done.
Yeah.
Completed. We've moved fields quite a few times.
Oh yeah, over and over again. There's a lot of these things.
Yes, you even got to see the field that I broke my wheel off and kept combining in, and the exact coulee I did that in.
To be fair, it's a pretty intense coulee.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really understand how you could break a wheel, but that one, like before I didn't, but that is it's pretty dastardly.
You're probably still questioning the reason I kept driving though.
Well, I don't know if that's ever gonna make that much sense to me. I always check my wheels in my rear views.
Now
to
you
make
do?
sure, yeah, I always have. So you told me that because it seems like you made it seem like it was so easy to break a wheel off.
You
I
do
don't think it's that easy.
You do feel it though. You feel like a big bump.
Well, also the thing goes sideways, which is something to consider.
That did happen, although I didn't feel it very much at the
No,
time
you
until I
didn't.
got
No,
out.
you didn't. Yeah, and you scolded your dad about tires in his field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That maybe wasn't the best plan
Maybe not.
or
Perhaps
thought
not.
process of when I felt the bump.
Yep.
So, are you enjoying harvest so far? Has your opinion changed?
Opinion has not changed. Definitely not. Still great. Food's still good. You have ribs today.
Do you like hanging out with the
Those
crew?
look great. Oh yeah, crew's cool. I like Nate. He's a good guy. Darcy's the man.
I know,
Of course.
Darcy's awesome.
Darcy's the man.
If you're watching this, Darcy, we love
Yeah,
you.
we love you. Jeff's the nicest guy here. I mean, that guy, he's a great dude. I mean, they're all tremendous.
That's fantastic.
Even Luke, we love the guy.
Yes, definitely. Our grain cart driver.
Yeah.
What would you say is your favorite part about Montana so far, or your trip?
Favorite part so far? I mean, I can't say the sheep thing.
No, you can. You
Oh, I
totally
can? Oh. Then it's the sheep thing. It's totally the sheep thing. Totally the sheep thing. Hanging out in the mountains with sheep.
That was
and
amazing.
the guys. Yeah.
My very first experience camping, so it was a little bit frightening at first, but it just ended up being incredible.
That was really, really fun. I want to do that again. I wanted to do that for longer.
Yeah,
Not
that would
just
be really
a couple
cool.
days or whatever. Yeah.
Well, when you come back,
Of course.
what has been your favorite part of wheat harvest, and what have you learned so far that you kind of weren't expecting?
The views. Everything looks super cinematic. It's crazy. Like every single night you have the sunset and there's a big combine with beautiful dust coming off of it. And you're just sitting there relaxing.
Just like the
watching it happen.
movies.
Oh, it literally is. I mean, it's beautiful.
Pretty epic.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite part.
Learn
Yeah, there's
it
a
the
lot
first
of
day.
really small things to put together.
Yeah,
But there's nothing that's like glaringly,
major
yeah.
that
But
stands
it's
out.
all like little tiny things to remember.
You did a lot of roading today on the roads. How do you feel about the steering of the combine? It's a little tricky.
It is. It gets out under you pretty fast, but it's fun. It's fun to go fast. You need to take up both lanes.
Yeah, I know
Feel
exactly.
big, so that's kind of cool.
As if you don't have any problems with that already.
Yeah, I guess. Well, if you live in bigger, it's great.
It's always super fun to put it in third and go really fast, because when you go 3 miles an hour all day, 20 feels like rocket speed.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. That's very true. Going 2.7 miles an hour is kind of brutal all the time, but you know, you get used to it.
Yeah, so then when you can rip around, you take advantage of that time.
Just absolutely screaming at 15 miles an hour. It's crazy. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
No, thank you.
It was nice speaking with you.
Always.
Make sure to like and subscribe, and thank you for watching. Bye!